Alright, today I'm going to show you how to bleed your brakes. Now the whole purpose of that is to get all the air out of your brake lines and just have straight brake fluid. If you have air in your brake lines, you're going to have problems. So first off, you got to make sure that you have your master cylinder filled up with brake fluid, and don't let it run low. Keep an eye on it, because if it starts running low, it starts sucking air down your brake lines, it defeats the whole purpose. So then you got to use the right brake fluid. I'm using DOT 3 because I got a 92 Chevy Silverado that I'm working on at the moment. And the particular tool I'm using to bleed the brakes only takes one person. You don't need two on this. So basically, what this does, if I can get in there where you can see it, it connects into the top of your brake bleeder. The hose actually fits right on the top of it, but depending on the different bleeders that are out there, these systems come with different fittings. So you can either stick them down in there real tight, put the different hose fittings on, whatever you got to do. So basically what you'll do is you'll loosen your bleeder on the top of the caliper here after you got everything hooked up, and it comes with your handy little magnet so you can stick it on anything. You'll loosen your bleeder and then go up, pump your brakes a few times, and you'll see the fluid go up through your hose and go down into the bottle. Now there's a check valve in the top here that lets the oxygen out. That way you don't have any air, and then your fluid goes in here, and you basically just keep checking on it, make sure your cylinder's full at the same time you're pumping the brakes. And then once you see that there's just straight fluid in the tube and no oxygen bubbles and everything, then you tighten your bleeder back down and take this off, and that's it. Now one thing you got to remember is you start with the furthest brake caliper from the master cylinder. So in my case, I'm only bleeding the front brakes because that's what I replaced. I had issues with the front brake lines and everything. The back's fine, already checked them all out. So I'm starting with the passenger side because the driver's side is where the master cylinder is. Once I'm done with this side, I'll move over to the driver's side, bleed those brakes, and then we're good. So I'll show you what you got to do here. Just give me 1 second. Now as you can see the bubbles moving up through the tube. You just basically have to keep pumping the brakes until it's just fluid. That's the oxygen getting out of the brake lines and everything. And then once you get all the bubbles and air and everything out of the line, tighten up your fitting, and then go to the next brake, do the same thing, then you're good to go. Bolt your wheels back on, make sure your pads are set right and everything. Take it for a test drive. Brakes should be stiff. You shouldn't have any problem to where they're just falling to the floor or mushy or anything, and you should be good to go. If you have any questions, just put me a comment down there. Smash that like button. Thank you.